Today, we're going to explore exactly how this image led to both this and this. This is the Troubadeck, and today it's going to be bossing me around. This deck of cards is the brainchild of my friend Charlie McCarran. He's a singer-songwriter, composer, podcast host, and board game designer, a real Renaissance man. Now, full disclosure, I have worked with Charlie on a number of things. I played on his album 2020, where he let me do this guitar lick. I've worked with him on the Twin Cities Film Score Festival, and a number of other small projects over the years. While I'm not getting any kickbacks or anything for doing this video, I have been bribed with the potential of getting my dog's face on one of these cards. Something that, if you know me, may go a long way towards getting me to do this. But with all that out of the way, if you're at all interested in this concept, I urge you to go down to the video description, and there you'll find a link to the Kickstarter page. Pause the video, click that link, toss Charlie a few bucks, then come back and see what we did with this thing. So let's get started. So I drew a card at random from the preview cards that Charlie sent me, and I wound up with this guy. I love a goofy little black dog, so this bodes well for me. Taking a quick look through the card, we can see that each line denotes a section of the song. For now, we'll treat each of these as a measure. And if we divide the card in half, we have two distinct sections, each with a similar harmonic rhythm, but a nice contrast in terms of chord choices, and a few interesting cadences to boot. So, I went ahead, played through the progression at a medium tempo in 4. Right away, I'm thinking like a Neil Young kind of 1960s folk, or like an earthy Karen Dalton kind of a vibe. That kind of thing is my crutch, but let's go ahead and hear what I came up with. So now that we've heard that, let's talk about some of the choices I made. In terms of arrangement, it's very simple. Just drums, stand-up bass, acoustic guitar, a tremolo-affected electric, not doing anything too busy, and the melody is played on my viola from high school orchestra. Sorry, I'm a little rusty, guys. So even though I was writing instrumental music today, I wanted this to be relatively singable, in case I really liked what I got. Now, what do I mean by singable? I just mean short, simple phrases without too many large intervallic leaps in the middle of them. And each set of phrases is going to consist of a call and a response. Taking a look at the first portion of the melody, here's what we have. So there's our call. And there's our variation or our response. Same thing with the chorus portion, which you may have noticed I did extend a section just to let the melody breathe a little bit. Right, there's our variation, repetition, and resolution. But at the end of this, I kind of thought to myself, I've done this old country thing, man. I've done this folk rock thing. I've been there my whole adult life. What is this exercise for if not to live a little bit? Make some mistakes, publicly, humiliatingly. I double-checked the Kickstarter page and it says, I quote, "There is no wrong way to use the Troubadeck. Advanced musicians can play around with timing." So today, we are advanced. So we're gonna ditch the somber Americana vibe and head 180 degrees in the other direction. Possibly the wrong direction. I absolutely loved making that. Look at this face. This face is all the advertisement this product needs. Link below. Okay, so right off the bat, you may have noticed I made a few more modifications to that card. We kept the same tempo, same time signature.
And then?
We started out by syncopating the bass drum a little bit, isolating that kick, and then building a bass line around that so it follows the kick pattern very, very closely. After that, all that's left is to ask yourself the question, what would Paul Jackson do?
Popping the strings, really playing very, very hard to get a really percussive pop, but not out of tune or out of whack, and you have to keep the groove going. That's the challenge here.
Essentially, we're just finding little holes in that rhythm to stick our double stop groove. Now, coming up on the chorus, I felt like we needed something that would fit that 70s vibe, so I went with flutes and fuzz guitar. The flute's a little bit thin on its own, being like a MIDI instrument, so I thought the fuzz might help thicken and add some contrast. For the guitar solo portion, I made a simple accompaniment with an electric piano, basically just trying to complement the phrases that I put down in that solo without getting too much in the way, and also adding a little bit of texture. And through the end, we keep that keyboard cooking. It's playing a simple variation on our chorus theme, and we're building up to a big rock finish where we're landing on these full band hits, ending on the second beat of the last measure, just to keep you guessing, but not completely confused. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave one down below. I'm happy to interact with people down there. And make sure you go donate to the Kickstarter page. This project is really cool, the art is amazing, and I had a really, really good time making this video with it. I think I'll be doing more of these in the future, so stick around for that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adds a bit of